What if I told you that long before the Spanish galleons ever touched its shores, the Philippines was home to powerful kingdoms, glittering cities of gold, and master sailors who navigated the vast oceans? For centuries, we've been taught a history that begins in 1521, a story of discovery and conquest. But that's only half the truth. The real story, the one buried beneath layers of colonial narratives and forgotten texts, is far more epic. It's a story of thriving civilizations, of Rajas and Lakhans who ruled over bustling trade hubs, and of artisans who crafted treasures so magnificent they're still being unearthed today. We've been led to believe our ancestors were scattered and primitive, waiting to be civilized. But the evidence tells a different tale. Archaeology, ancient records from neighboring empires, and our own oral traditions paint a picture of a vibrant, interconnected world. So, who were these people? What were their kingdoms like? And what happened to their stories? Today, we peel back the layers of time to uncover the lost kingdoms of the Philippines. This isn't just a history lesson. It's a journey of rediscovery, a quest to find the vibrant, sovereign identity that has been waiting for us all along. Let's begin. To understand what was lost, we must first picture the world before 1521. Forget the idea of a single, unified Philippines. Instead, imagine an archipelago teeming with life, a complex network of coastal communities called barangays, some of which grew into powerful federations known as Decoded. These weren't isolated tribes. They were sophisticated societies led by Dadas Rajas and Lakhans, leaders who governed not just through force, but through intricate systems of kinship, trade alliances, and diplomacy. For centuries, these island states were key players in a bustling maritime Silk Road. Their ships sailed to China, bringing back porcelain and silk. They traded with India, embracing its scripts and spiritual ideas. Their ports welcomed merchants from Borneo, the Moluccas, and the Great Malay World. This was a globalized society, a crossroads of cultures. The colonial myth that history began in 1521 crumbles under the weight of archaeological evidence. Ancient shipwrecks, buried gold, and inscriptions on stone tell us of a people who were literate, organized, and deeply connected to the world around them. They had their own laws, their own writing systems, and their own vision for the future. The islands were cultured and cosmopolitan, far from the primitive backwater colonial accounts would have you believe. Let's travel first to the shores of Manila Bay, home to the legendary Kingdom of Tondo. Long before Manila became the capital, we know today Tondo was a powerhouse. Ruled by a line of kings bearing the title Lakin, it was so prominent that it appears in Chinese imperial records from centuries ago. Referred to as Lusang Tondo's influence was built on one precious commodity, gold. Imagine a kingdom so wealthy that its people used gold not just for jewelry, but for everyday items and sacred rituals. The astonishing Surigao treasure, a hoard of exquisite golden artifacts discovered in the 1980s, gives us a glimpse into this reality. We see intricate sashes, elaborate bowls, and stunning ceremonial weapons, all crafted from pure gold. The golden Tera of Agusan, a magnificent Buddhist statue, further proves the kingdom's immense wealth and its deep connections to international trade routes and belief systems. Tondo wasn't just rich, it was a center of incredible craftsmanship and astute diplomacy. Its leaders, like the famous Lakan Dula, negotiated treaties with neighboring states and commanded respect from foreign powers. This kingdom was an early and powerful symbol of Filipino sovereignty, artistry, and economic might, a golden beacon in the heart of Luzon. Across the Pasig River from Tondo, another power was rising, the Rajahnate of Butuan. This wasn't just a rival, it was a different kind of kingdom. Established by nobility from the powerful Sultanate of Brunei, Manila was a fortified Muslim city, a testament to the arrival and spread of Islam in the archipelago. Its rulers, like the elder Raja Matanda and his fiery nephew, Raja Sulaiman, governed a major hub of commerce and faith. Picture a bustling, fortified city with wooden palisades, cannons guarding its river mouth, and mosques calling the faithful to prayer. This was Manailan advanced urban society, a cosmopolitan port where merchants from across Asia converged. It was a globalized city long before the Europeans arrived, deeply integrated into the Islamic trading network that stretched from the Middle East to Southeast Asia. When the Spanish arrived, they didn't find a sleepy village. They found a formidable opponent, The defiance of Raja Suleiman, who famously declared he would not bow to a foreign king, became a powerful, enduring symbol of native resistance. Manila's story shows us that the Philippines was already home to sophisticated, urbanized societies prepared to defend their sovereignty to the very end. Now, let's journey south to the island of Mindanao, to the Golden Kingdom of Butuan. Situated on the northern coast, Butuan was a maritime trading empire whose glory predates many others. As early as the year 1001 CE, historical records show that Butuan sent official tribute missions to the imperial court of China. This wasn't a casual visit, it was a formal diplomatic act between two states, proving Butuan's status as a recognized international power. But what truly sets Butuan apart is its incredible seafaring technology. Archaeologists have unearthed the legendary Balengi boats here, plank-built vessels, masterfully crafted without a single nail. These ships are tangible proof of early Filipino oceanic navigation skills. They weren't just used for coastal fishing. These were the vessels that carried diplomats to China, merchants to the Spice Islands, and explorers into the unknown waters of the Pacific. The people of Butuan were not just traders, they were master shipbuilders, brilliant navigators, and seasoned diplomats. Their kingdom was a testament to the Filipino genius for maritime innovation and our ancestors' innate ability to connect with the wider world. They didn't just participate in global trade, they built the ships that made it possible. Further south, the arrival of Islam in the 14th century, brought by Arab traders and missionaries from Borneo, gave rise to powerful and enduring states. The Sultanate of Sulu, one of the oldest and most influential, was a thalassocracy, a maritime empire, whose influence stretched from Palawan all the way to parts of Borneo. Its fleets controlled vital sea lanes, and its rulers commanded immense respect. Then there was the Sultanate of Maguindanao, a mighty inland and coastal power. Under the legendary Sultan Kudrat, Maguindanao fiercely and successfully resisted Spanish intrusion for decades. These were not simple. The sultanates had written legal codes, a structured military hierarchy, and complex systems of international diplomacy. They signed treaties, waged wars, and saw themselves as equals to the great empires of the region, including Spain. Their legacy is one of unwavering resistance and the establishment of powerful, independent Islamic states that thrived for centuries. Beyond these well-documented kingdoms lie whispers of even older, more mysterious civilizations. These are the semi-mythical states, the ones that live on in our oral traditions and in fragmented mentions in ancient Chinese chronicles. Have you heard of Madiaz, the confederation said to be founded by 10 Dadis, fleeing a collapsing empire? Or Maya land, noted for its honesty and its trade in valuable goods, its exact location still debated by historians? Or Lupasag, the land of the current, the precursor to the mighty Sulus? For a long time, these were dismissed as mere folklore. But as modern archaeology uncovers more clusanient burial sites, forgotten scripts, and trade ceramics from distant lands, these stories start to seem less like myth and more like fragmented memories of a lost history. These hidden kingdoms remind us that so much of our ancient past still remains buried, waiting beneath the soil and within the pages of forgotten texts, ready to be and that rediscovery is happening right now. A new generation of Filipino historians, archaeologists, and scholars is challenging the old colonial narratives. They are digging deeper, translating ancient texts, and piecing together a new story of our past, one that celebrates our pre-colonial achievements. Every excavation that uncovers a new artifact, every study that deciphers an ancient script, helps rewrite our history. It proves that our civilization did not begin with colonization. It was merely interrupted. Reclaiming this history is more than an academic exercise. It's about reclaiming our pride, our identity, and our sense of who we are as a people. Our journey into the past doesn't end here. The story of the Philippines is a vast, epic tapestry, and we've only explored a few of its golden threads. There is so much more to learn, to uncover, and to celebrate. The search for our lost kingdoms is a quest that belongs to all of us. You are now part of this mission of rediscovery. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. If you were inspired by this story, please like this video and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Comment below with which kingdom fascinated you the most. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next exploration into the hidden chapters of our history. Until next time, keep searching and stay curious.